Okay, we're here.
Just explain a little bit about what we do.
Sure. We're ready to open the public hearing for site plan approval. Enpow summer camp, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, Enpow.
At the Weston Recreation Department.
Yes.
If you could just tell us who you are and
Sure.
what your plans are,
Sure.
that would be great.
Okay.
We've given this about half an hour.
Okay.
May not take that long. Go ahead.
All right, my name is Matthew Silverstein. I'm the area manager for Enpow Studios. We are a tech education company. We teach classes in video game design, robotics, animation, et cetera, over the summer, we run camps at several locations, including at the Weston Rec Department. We have 2 weeks of camp there, starting next week and also the following week. The enrollment for the first week is about 16 kids, and the second week about 6, so fairly low enrollment. They'll be arriving around 9 and leaving at 4 in the afternoon, or 5 in the afternoon. And I don't expect really much of an impact on traffic or anything else. So.
Right. How many staff did you say?
Should be 3 or 4 adults.
Right.
What's the average age of your camp?
Should be through from 1st to or 2nd to 8th grade.
Big range.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, just logistically, how do you do that with
That's
first grade?
a good question. Well, they're working individually on projects, and then they tend to kind of like sit near someone that's within their age range, and hasn't really been an issue actually. We get that question all the time. I think once they pick a project, they're really kind of focused on it. There is definitely some interaction at the camp. They do socialize, but we have a really positive atmosphere. So the older campers tend to more like mentor and help the younger ones.
What does the camp focus on?
It's project based, and they choose a technology that they want to work with. So someone may decide to do video game design for their project, so they'll learn how to create a video game, they'll make a video game, and they're also creating a movie, a short promo movie for whatever they created during the camp, including credits and sound effects and music, whatever, however much they can get done in 1 week. And they could decide to do multiple projects, so it could be a video game design and an animation and sort of combine them. So it's up to the kids.
And you haven't done this in Weston before?
We have, actually. We were formerly known as iCamp, and we've did it at Weston for a few years, I think.
In the rec department?
Yes.
I'm trying to think where I was. Must have been
Yeah, I
You
don't
remember
remember
this?
having
You don't
reviewed
remember?
this one before.
I don't. It's like totally brand new to me.
Allison Palmer, does that name ring a bell? She was.
No.
Maybe it was just done under the auspices of the
Rec department. Maybe it was just
department.
rec department. Yeah, it must have been an offering with the rec department. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds terrific.
I don't know. It seems like the lowest possible impact
Yeah.
camp to me.
Yeah. Since they've been doing it for a few years, it would appear.
Yeah. Anyone have an objection to issuing a permit for the camp?
No.
Nope. In that case,
So
motion to...
would this be a 5-year?
Yeah, I don't see why not, unless there's a significant change in the number of campers. If there's say an increase of, let's say, 50%, then they would have to come back to us for a review.
50% of the current number,
Yeah.
which is 16.
Right. So
Well,
under 8.
So our maximum enrollment is typically 20.
20,
so we're a little under.
30.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to see if there are any
Yeah.
impacts.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a 5-year permit. Anybody want to move to that effect?
I move that we approve the
Enpow.
what is it?
Enpow.
Enpow summer camp at the Western Recreation Department, subject to a maximum of, subject to the enrollment not being increased greater than 30 people over the next 5 years.
Second.
What did you say?
All in favor?
Aye.
So we'll issue a decision. Our next meeting is when, Betsy?
The 16th?
Can we
Their
get a,
camp starts next week, right?
yeah, we need to get a decision before then, on the camp.
Right.
So,
Do you want me to send you a draft? Maybe send two of you a draft?
we'll have to vote on it.
Okay.
When does the camp start again?
Starts on Monday.
Oi.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
Wow.
they've never had a permit before,
Yeah.
and that was not necessarily a problem before.
It's not that it's a problem, it's that now we've just voted to issue a permit, so now we have to issue the permit before the camp starts.
Is it possible via email? In other words, if we review the draft, we've already approved.
Can't do it in a public
In a
meeting.
public meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Can we do a conditional approval? I mean, is there some way that, I mean, just like we sort of have, you know, like conditional certificates of
have-
occupancy
The
kind
only
of
way we
thing?
can do this
Yeah.
is to grant them
Yeah.
a waiver for a certain period of time, and then
Yeah.
follow it up with a decision later.
so waiver,
Start date?
It's only running for a week.
It's running for 2 weeks.
2
Well,
weeks.
Yeah.
yeah,
So the
and by
point
the
is, we're
time it's-
granting the permit for 5 years, so
Mhm.
if we could schedule, if three of us could, is it 3 or is it 4 that we have to vote on? Is this a special permit? It's 4.
yeah,
We need a supermajority. When is our next meeting?
the 16th.
By that, the kids.
Pretty much over.
So, okay, so what we're basically doing, we're
No, just a minute, let me-
granting a
let me
waiver
spin
for
this
this year, and
Or
we're
maybe-
voting on the conditions for the
Yeah.
5-year
Yeah,
permit.
we could do it that way. The other
Wait, what are
possibility,
we doing?
I don't know yet. The one possibility is that we could have a special meeting of 4 of us next week. Are we having a sidewalk next week?
I don't think so.
No.
Do I have
All
a
right, so-
sidewalk scheduled? No, I don't have any.
So-
Next week or still after it starts, though, on Monday.
Yeah, that's all right. We could
Okay.
still, we're not gonna be able to issue the special permit because we get this in front of us until literally less than a week in advance of the opening of the camp. So the alternative is that we then would vote to grant a 1-year waiver with a decision to be made on July 16th to grant them a permit for 5 years.
Okay,
So we need to get a motion to grant a waiver for this year.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we will issue a decision
Come earlier
on
next
the
time.
16th. Well, we'll send you a
Yeah,
decision.
I didn't know that I had to do this for
in
the.
5 years,
so-
come
Yeah.
earlier.
That's an interesting, since we've waived 1 year, is it 5 years from the original date of the waiver, or is it 5 years starting in 2015?
I would argue it's 5 years from when you make the vote, and
Yes.
then the
Yes.
first year is waived.
Yeah.
All right, so the first year has been waived, so it's
Yeah.
really
Because of the
4
That's the
years.
only thing that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
okay, fine, just
Yeah.
making sure.
So that'll be discussed on the 16th.
At 11:30?
Do it on the 23rd. I don't have to.
It would
It
be.
really doesn't matter at this
It
stage.
it would be,
matter.
it would
23rd
be
is fine.
11.
Yeah, well, we can do
Okay,
it
11?
the 23rd then.
O'clock.
That's fine, I think.
Oh, but the 23rd is worse.
Oh,
Stop.
Just-
hooray.
I wish I could.
Well, it on the 23rd.
He doesn't have to be here, right, at 11
No,
o'clock?
he doesn't have to
No,
be here.
no, you don't have to be here. We'll
I
send
think
you
it's
the
better to
decision.
put it on the 16th at 11
Yeah,
o'clock.
Okay.
what the heck. Mm,
Because you've got Cambridge School continued at 10 o'clock.
mhm. Oh, that ought to be good.
Oh, boy.
They're not gonna, that's
I
gonna
don't
be a
think
quick
they're
one.
gonna be
They're not gonna be ready.
We've got so many little dots to, eyes to dot.
Well,
Are you
I think this-
sure about that? I don't see how they could possibly, they need to get their stuff together.
But let's not worry
And,
about it.
and, no, let's do it for a second. They have to get their stuff together, they have to give the stuff to our consultants, and meet with our consultants and get it reviewed in 2 weeks.
They said they could do it. I asked them exactly that question.
But they still don't know where their septic system's
Well, they're gonna.
They would have met with the stormwater
Yeah.
committee.
Then they'll ask for a continuance.
We'll have to continue it. They're
going.
not
All
gonna
right, so
be
you want
ready.
to schedule it for the 23rd?
No, we've already scheduled it for the 16th. We'll
Okay.
just have to continue it. I just don't
Okay.
think they're gonna be ready.
Okay.
By the way, you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You're welcome, but it's public
So-
meeting, you're welcome to stay.
Yeah, so you'll get, on the 16th, the board will make a decision.
Okay.
You'll get a copy of the decision in the mail.
Okay.
And he heard the waiver in person, so he
Yeah.
can start Monday.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
you can-
is there anything I can get, because for the health department inspection?
I'll
this is-
submit something to the health department.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you guys very much.
You got Betsy's
Sorry that
number.
this was so
You got
short
Betsy's
notice.
number if you need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
great.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Is that your notebook?
That's not mine.
I think you got somebody from the Cambridge.
Oh, waiting stuff.